Welcome to InfoWare. This is the second part of the video OSM by numbers, and this part is about addresses. Next, there is the number of addresses. So what is an address? Again, if we look into this, this is our location, our office here in Riemenschneiderstraße in Bonn, and this is an address in OpenStreetMap. So this is Riemenschneiderstraße with a house number. So that's important. The numbers that you see in this Excel file are the numbers, is the total amount of house numbers that have a geo-coordinate attached to them. So you can enter into your navigation system or whatever, any other software, you can enter Riemenschneiderstraße number 5 and you will get exactly that coordinate. For number 7 you will get a different coordinate. For number 9 you will also get a different coordinate, and for number 6. So their OpenStreetMap does not have as much data as the other providers. And the reason for that, I believe, is the mappers of OpenStreetMap, they like to capture data that can somehow be visualized and that they can be proud of. And for them, there is no point very often in capturing something as boring as a location of as a building. That's why that number is lesser than the other two. The other two providers, the commercial providers, what they often do is they don't capture the location of a house. What they do is they say, this is the Riemenschneiderstraße, up here is, or actually, yeah, up here is, for instance, say, house number 1, down here is house number 11, and then they will start interpolating between the two. They will say if number 1 is here, then number 2 must be about here, number 3 must be about here, and then number 11 is again accurate, is down here. And that's how they end up with that big number of addresses. So we have seen that in Germany, OSM contains by far not closely as many addresses as the commercial providers do. And why is that relevant? Well, to explain that, let me tell you here. Right. What happens if you enter an address into a navigation? Say you're entering Riemenschneiderstraße 11 in Bonn. You want to drive there, of course, and the navigation system doesn't understand this address. What it needs is a coordinate. So it looks into a database, the maps, which can be OpenStreetMap or TomTom or here, and then there's a piece of software called the geocoder, and that comes up with a coordinate. So it's 50.7 degrees north and 7.14 degrees east. And then the router can find the address, your destination, where you want to go to in a map, but it needs that coordinate. So for address entry, you need a complete database of addresses, each with individual coordinates. And that is when you look into OpenStreetMap, again, you can click on the map here and you can say, what's the address here? And you will see here it finds Riemenschneiderstraße 11 with this coordinate. When you click up here in the same street, address, it will return Riemenschneiderstraße 2 with a slightly different coordinate. And that is because Germany has a very active OpenStreetMap community, and they like to do these tiny little very precise things and find the coordinate for each and every building. Whereas when we look into, let's say, France, we are here in Cannes, beautiful city of Cannes, and I do the same here, and there's the Rue de Belfort. I click here, say give me the address here, and it says Boulevard de l'Aube. Oh, I'm sorry. So down here is Boulevard de l'Aube. Okay, we'll do that up here again. Give me the address. Rue de Belfort, that location, that coordinate. If I do the same up here, Adresse anzeigen, it gives me Rue de Belfort again. So there are no house numbers on this road because the French OSM mappers, they don't care about house numbers. So if you want to make a navigation and you want to enter an address and you want to make sure that your navigation really takes you to the exact location of that address, exact to the house number, then you are in the hands of the OSM mappers of the country where of whose maps the country where the maps are that you're using. In Germany, Germans apparently like to digitize these tiny little bits of information. Maybe that's part of the German nature. The French don't mind, you know, and you may go into other countries and you can be lucky if you even find the street. So the quality of the data is not the same wherever you look at OpenStreetMap. And again, it's the same conclusion with OpenStreetMap. In some areas, it's good. In some areas, it's really great, and in some areas, it doesn't really make sense. So if you are planning a professional application and you want to rely on the data quality, you better take a good look at OpenStreetMap in that area before you make the decision, and maybe you're better off to use one of the commercial providers.